Oh, I didn't do it. Well, I mean, I queued one up, but I don't do that.
But I know. Who did you go with?
Oh, Stroud. Yeah. sitcom intro song.
Family. I swear it's like Family Ties. The
Yeah.
second with
The second-
second reject. For
Yeah,
Family.
the second family.
Well, hello.
We're here.
Yeah,
We're
don't you
live.
usually say something very annoying at the beginning?
We're live. I thought
There
I
we
did.
go.
I thought I already did it.
We're back.
We're back.
Show 2,
Show 2.
Week 4.
week 4, season unknown.
6
We
or
tried
5?
we tried to add it just before the show. We were trying to figure it out. Is it
It's a lot.
5 or 6? What?
I think it's 4.
Okay.
We've
I
been
don't-
making
it's
a
definitely
show
not 4.
for ourselves for like 4 years, I think.
2020
5.
was definitely. Oh, maybe
It's
it was
season
20.
1 with
5.
Goins.
I think it's
That's
the
all
fifth-
that matters.
Yes,
That's
season
right.
1 with
Season 1 with
the
G-Dog.
Pound Dog,
Yeah.
G-Dog. Okay, Pound Dog,
G-Dog.
G-Dog.
Poundhouse.
Poundhouse.
Anyway, welcome back, guys. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Mr. Matt.
Yeah. Juice.
Good to see you.
We got a little news.
Yeah, we've got
Should
some
we
big
talk,
news.
Should we talk about it now?
I think we do it.
Are you
So-
expecting your baby?
You know, we all do things from our young age, and we like discover what things we're good at. And from a young age, the Juice was good at 2 things that I knew of, right? Shooting hoops and playing tennis. And our man has made the nationals. Explain to exactly what nationals we made, Juice.
So I'm on a couple teams, but my over 40 mixed team, which is men and women, obviously. Like we
This is tennis.
tennis, yeah. We
So it's not a mixed race thing?
no.
Okay, good.
Well,
Well, with him it is.
I fulfill a quota. But no. So we won Tulsa.
Okay.
We won Oklahoma.
Wow. That's, yeah.
Okay, so then we play against 6 other states. We won that this past weekend. So now we go to nationals, which will be in Orlando, and we play the top 16 teams throughout the U.S.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it starts off with about 1,200 teams, and we're down to the Sweet 16.
Well,
That's
congrats.
awesome.
That's
Congrats.
really
Hold on.
incredible.
Thank you.
Well deserved. Or even maybe, like, we probably have something bigger. Like, I don't know.
We did lose all of our viewers talking about tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. But come back now. We're back.
This is a tennis show.
We're back.
Come
We're
on back. Okay.
You promised football. You're talking about tennis.
The pivot featuring
By the way,
mixed doubles.
real quick, have you guys ever done DFS tennis?
No.
No,
Fun, dude.
for you.
It's fun. Anyway,
Yes.
that's
Anyway,
all right.
while we're there, we are the pivot, and we are
Yeah.
featuring the Juice, the Nationals, and we are brought to you by Bass Bank. We got the camera thing figured out.
Oh, yeah.
We're executively produced by Toby Biocchini, who said he was going to try to be in the chat at some point.
Nice.
We're looking for a possible executive producer.
He might have been who we lost.
spot.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
He look possible executive producer spot at some time in the show where he gives some his little
get a
takes.
trophy.
Maybe if he gets in the chat, we might get one today. So anyway, if you have we're a DFS show. We're going to break down a DFS lineup from DK. But if you have any start sit questions, we have experts in fantasy all throughout, and we'll be happy to take them and give you our opinion. Anyway, first thing we generally do is we talk about the week that was, hindsight 2020.
Yep.
Just a quick overview. As the individuals in this league that we do, none of us are performing at a great rate.
No, it was a rough
I
week.
mean, it's good that we called out Jennings having a monster week, though.
I did.
No, I'm being facetious.
Oh, okay.
No,
We, 'cause it wasn't me.
if you didn't have Jennings, you basically didn't win a lot of money.
No, or Barkley, right?
Yeah, Barkley was.
Barkley was an important one.
Jaden Daniels.
And look who made his appearance. The executive
Toby.
producer is in
Oh,
the
hello,
chat.
Toby.
Toby, we'll be back to you here towards the end of the show for, I don't know, start thinking of a name for your spot. So we'll give you till the end to come up with one. But you can give us like the slate breaker of the week or something. Anyway,
And-
you
and
pick.
Toby, just so you know, we have a new camera incoming for me.
Yes, we were all worried that we couldn't see Goins. And I told him if I was that lighted up, I would probably want a new camera too. Because your skin.
He's
Mike.
pretty blown out right now.
We need to talk about
It's like the sun is just shining
It's
on
electric.
Goins.
Yeah,
It's
we
electric.
need to.
There's a hole in the roof.
We need to discuss a few things about that. Anyway, so anything else in hindsight, Barkley?
You wanna
Jennings?
hear the Millionaire Maker?
Well, I just want to point out that our boy Gardy, who we talk about a lot,
Yeah,
already won this week. He had Jennings.
he did.
Our
Wow.
boy Brian, who's one of my horses in the stable, had Jennings. So there were some people on him. I honestly can say that never dawned on me at any point. That
I don't know
should
why I
replace.
dwant to think about it, but I didn't.
You know,
I just want to say this: he averaged 4.6 points without Debo Samuel in the past.
Can I make a real quick observation about Jennings last week?
Sure.
He scored as many points last week it was 75% of his output for the entire season last year.
Yeah, he
in
had-
one game.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
So he absolutely
Makes it even
blew
more
up.
incredible those two were on him. So anyway, they're having good years. We're going to be having a good year at some point.
Yeah. we will.
Toby said it's going to take more than a new camera to fix my look. Great.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's pretty much been the opinion of the chat and any incoming opinions we've got.
It's good to have friends that keep it real with you.
Well,
you know?
No, to
I
be
love the
honest, so we
support.
got good reports going about the show last week from people who watched. Everybody enjoyed your presence, and we're glad you're back and that you're
awesome.
good. We found a time slot that I think all of us can work with. And anyway, enjoyed it. And thank you for your help with some viewership.
Absolutely.
What'd you think about last week? You got thoughts?
I thought it was a heck of a lot of fun. I'm not a DFS savant like you guys. It's something that
strong word.
I did a number of years ago.
Take the DFS part.
Picking
Yeah.
the players and
You
picking
got
the
that part right.
matchups is the fun part of
You're
it.
starting
so.
to understand the pricing
Yeah,
and
sure.
putting the puzzle together.
Absolutely.
It's a pretty fun puzzle,
Yeah,
right?
it's fun.
And you're applying the skills that you have, right? And that's
Absolutely.
projecting out numbers for players.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Jared, hindsight 2020. Your thoughts before you tell us the Millionaire Maker. Where did the Tank Dell play come from? I don't remember putting him in our lineup. Can we talk about that?
So Kittle was out, and we didn't talk about it, so I just pivoted to players we had talked about.
I missed the text in the group chat that said, who should we play
I
in
believe
this
this
spot?
would be called an insertion.
Yeah.
Listen, I did not insert anything.
I would-
We had talked about Tank Dell, and so I went with. In
Talked
fact,
about not playing him. I think is
yeah.
what we talked about.
no, we wanted to do Kittle. Kittle was out, so I went up to Barkley. We talked about him, and went
So,
down to Tank
in a
Dell.
world where you can isolate points, why would you want to play a receiver where there's three of them that are just... Anyway,
He was cheap. He got double his salary.
didn't
so
love the Dell play, but I didn't...
He got double his salary. He got
I figured
11.2
I'd wait
fantasy
for the
points.
show to discuss it. So.
And then we got to pivot up to Barkley, who was the second highest
Okay,
fantasy
I'll give you
play
a little-
on the week.
I mean, if it unlocks someone like that, I guess
That's you
we'll
just
go with
saved yourself.
Yes.
Literally.
you redeemed
Like,
yourself.
you saved yourself. Okay, so Millionaire Maker, Mike. This is who the guy who won $1 million last week played.
All right.
Did we do this last week?
No, we
there
didn't
wasn't.
because we
There was
didn't
no
have
show
it.
before.
All right, so at quarterback, they had Dak Prescott with 32.86 fantasy points. Derrick Henry, 33. Jonathan Taylor, 29.5. They had CeeDee Lamb, who only scored 9.7. Tutu Atwell.
Spend $8,300 in CD Lamb. He gets you 8 points and you win $1 million.
He still won it. Yeah, he had Tutu Atwell.
Why don't we have that luck?
I don't know.
Like,
That would be nice to experience that before I die. Tutu Atwell, 13.3. Jennings, who had
Tutu
40.
Atwell, who was, I think, Goins is like.
Maybe, yeah. I don't-
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Jennings was on this lineup, who had 49.5. Goddard, 30
Of course he
points.
was.
Chuba Hubbard, 30.9. Didn't
Yeah.
even realize he had that good of a game.
We talked some Chuba.
And then they had Saints at defense at 11.
Thank you.
So
Okay.
in Ray's league, guess what I played at quarterback? Prescott
Okay.
with CeeDee Lamb.
And you
And
didn't,
then everything else was
You didn't-
Snowflake City, baby.
you didn't win $1 million?
I did not win $1 million. I definitely did not win.
Who did I play? I'm not gonna. We're not even gonna venture into those streets to find out who I put in the
I
quarterback.
don't know, but me and you, we were right next to each other, 39th and 40th.
I'm, not even gonna, I'm literally not even gonna press the button to look. I don't want anyone to see who.
It was rough. It's a rough week.
Okay, I know who I'm playing this week. That's all that matters, right? Okay. Well, that was hindsight 2020. Anything else? Anything that we
Toby's
see?
got some good comments.
Toby's got some hindsight. Well, give them to us, Goins. While I
Let's
find
see.
our.
Says here, Mike was on Coleman, predicted the Monday Night Football touchdown. You talked about Atwell being the play last week.
I agree. He did. Mike was on it. Well, Mike was definitely the most prepared last week on the show, and definitely
It showed.
it showed. It
it
showed.
showed.
So, good job. Back in the old days, we used to lay the intro to our next show would be all the good stuff we said the week before. So you would have been
The little clips.
you would have been
Yeah.
dominating the clips. Okay, where do we move on to here? We go into whoa. 50-cent pieces. This is part of the show where we discuss how the NFL doesn't score points anymore and that nobody's going to be going over 50. Or we actually guess what teams Vegas thinks
What is the name of that 50 Cent song?
that we just played there.
Yeah.
I don't know that if that's actually 50
Oh, it's
Cent.
not 50 Cent. It's just
We stole
okay.
that from
Okay.
a
Yeah. That is somewhere on the internet.
That is legal music
Yeah.
on the internet, by the way, in case anyone's worried.
Can I say one thing before we get on this?
Sure. As long
I'm
as
going
it
to give you
doesn't
guys. I'm going
involve
to give you guys a guess. How many points have been averaged through the first 3 weeks of the season by teams? Total points in a game.
like
It's down big time.
each
Big
team
time.
scored like
the total points in an NFL.
I would say
game.
it's like 13 per team.
No. I'm talking total points in an NFL game.
Okay.
Like,
Like
we have
combined?
like
Yeah.
like a 50-cent piece.
So I
like
would say combined, like we're at like 38.
32.
I'd say 33.
boom.
I get it.
38.6.
I promise I didn't
Wow.
know that.
And last
That's-
year was
Wow.
like 42, 43, something like that, wasn't it?
Pays way too much attention to numbers.
I mean, 38.6. That is low.
Yeah, it's
low,
pretty
low. And the scoring is down.
So
like DFS.
for all of us degenerates, if we were betting every under, we'd be rich already
Yeah.
3 weeks in.
Yeah.
We'd just be playing on house
It's not
money.
much fun to bet the under.
No, but it's much more smarter.
it's more profitable.
Yeah, probably. It's probably why I always lose.
Okay, so we got a main slate, and we've got a Sunday night game, and we got 2 Monday night games. Mike, how many of those games do you think Vegas thinks are going over 50 points?
This week I'd say 1.
Yeah, one's always a good guess. I'm going with 1 also.
I'd say 1.
Yeah, it's going to be 1. It's always
Y'all-
1.
Y'all won. It's one.
It's
one
always
game.
one.
Can we guess which game?
I mean, you're asking a lot
let's
here. We
see.
just nailed. I mean, I just gave you 38,
I mean-
1.
I've got to guess.
I got to actually open up the games and figure out what games are being played.
Could be Washington, Arizona.
Boom.
That's
Is
good
that
game.
it?
Wow,
I mean,
we're a
I
lot of
think
class.
probably.
No, I didn't. This is what
I
I'm
wish I
looking at.
remember.
right
what
now.
it was. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now we're figuring it out.
What is Seattle, Detroit ranked at?
Seattle, Detroit.
The laugh track's a little long.
You can press it to end it.
Didn't know that. Just figured that out. Laugh track, little long.
Seattle, Detroit's one of the higher totals. It's 47. That's a Monday night game.
That was going to be my guess.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I bet, high 40 games, right?
Bills, Ravens is 46.5. Eagles, Buccaneers, 40.
Jared, you like to do this. Put us on your favorite game. Which one do you think is going to go over 50?
Seattle, Detroit.
Okay. Well, thanks.
That is the game that I like it.
We're going to call this Jared steps out on a limb.
Yeah.
So you like the game that they like.
Yeah.
We're gonna call this redundant.
So let me
Wait,
guess.
but wait, that's not the game. Everybody, the game that won was Washington, Arizona.
Oh, I thought. Oh, you said Detroit.
I said Detroit. See, I asked him what is Seattle, Detroit.
Well, that is my fault. then.
So
What is okay? There's another game that's kind of high.
Okay, is it the one he just said?
No.
Mike, you got one more guess?
yeah, I got a guess.
Minnesota, Green Bay.
43.5.
Philadelphia, Tampa Bay.
Philly, Tampa Bay is 44.
I'm going to go ahead and just put it out there on track that Minnesota and Green Bay go over 50.
Okay.
Go and give me one that goes over 50. Let's lay out. Let's lay.
I'm only
some-
looking at my starting lineup, so I'm just picking from that. Jacksonville, Houston,
over 50, huh?
maybe.
I'll give you a game. Interesting game. Bengals and Panthers, right? I mean,
with the Red Rocket, yeah.
comes out, throws for 300 yards, I think 3 touchdowns,
Okay.
and a resurgent Joe Burrow, with
Okay.
Jamar Chase last week.
Joe
They
Burrow
look
or
good.
Ellen DeGeneres? What are we going with?
It's quite the hairstyle.
I mean, that's definitely an 0 for 3 hairstyle.
So you think he walked into a barbershop, was like, "Give me the Ellen,
Give me the ED.
give me that Ellen DeGeneres on my head."
So now we are critiquing haircuts.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where we've got. Where we've
That's
come.
where I hit the button and we move on.
This is where we're going. This is really brings in this expertise.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are we going to guess the chalk?
Yeah,
let's
let's guess
yeah.
that chalk.
So I heard Juice saying to Jared before the show that we're going to be embarrassingly bad
No,
at this.
that's not exactly what I said. I said
I know what he said.
We're gonna do bad.
no, not even. I said I think you'll do okay. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. I think you'll do bad.
Okay.
I got a good one for tight end this week.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that you think it's going to be a good tight end or it's going to be chalk?
Both.
It could be. Yeah.
Both? Okay.
Could be both.
Let's start off at the quarterback position. I like hitting this button. That's Nintendo Wii, right?
That's straight out of 1970.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, that's the
actually,
Nintendo Wii
actually
music
they didn't
thing.
have the Wii in 1970.
You're right.
Pretty certain of that.
You guys want to hit?
Sure.
What are we going, quarterback?
I haven't even looked yet, though. I'll be honest.
Who's the top?
I've got to guess before you give us a hint.
Okay.
Is
Jared always wants to get.
Kyler Murray.
The top quarterback's got to
Number
be
one.
Allen.
Boom.
I knew it was right. I was there with it. Now I know you can stop the noise, and that just changed the game. We're going to be using more noises in shorter periods of time. I didn't know we had that feature, Mike. We've been doing this show for 3 years with that thing. I
Yeah,
had
you
no
just gotta
idea.
sometimes just start pushing
I
buttons.
had literally no idea. Watch this.
Mike, you mentioned Allen, and he's usually number one, but he's on the Sunday night slate.
Got it.
So
Okay.
that's why he's not.
There we
in
go.
There you go. So, good guess though.
But we guessed it. It was Kyler
Yeah.
Murray, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So why don't you
I
give
love
us
it.
the rest of the top five?
Wait, is the Red Rocket up there?
How cheap is the Red Rocket?
He's not, but he's not far outside the top five.
Are you related to the Red Rocket?
No. Is that
Are you going to go as Red
Can I
Rocket for
give you
Halloween?
all-
Will you go
Listen.
if I buy you a Carolina jersey? Will
I'm
you
not
go-
related to every
will you-
person that has red
Will you
hair.
go as Red Rocket for Halloween?
No, I'm gonna go as me. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm not a costume guy either. But if you change your mind,
I'm gonna go as a ginger. So where was he at? You said he was below the
I
10?
think he was eighth.
8th?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Can
that's
I
not
give you a
bad.
hint? Top five guy. See if you guys.
You
can
want me
figure
to
this
guess?
Top five quarterback?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He is coming back from injury this week.
He's coming.
Jordan Love.
There you go.
Jordan
Boom.
Love.
is
Number
he
two.
actually back?
They're projecting him back this week.
Okay.
Wouldn't be starting him.
Minnesota Green Bay's going to go off though. If he's truly
It's a
healthy,
big game. It's a
yeah.
big game.
It's a huge
Yeah.
game.
Huge
Jalen
game.
Reed is back.
I agree. It's gonna
Okay,
be
so
a big game.
round out the top five. Jalen Hurts is third. Joe Burrow is fourth, and Patrick Mahomes is fifth.
So you want to know when Jalen Hurts is going to have his worst game? When I started him for the first time ever last week, I was like, I'm finally going to get some of this Jalen Hurts. I'm tired of going these high variance quarterbacks. I'm going to start Hurts. What do you like? It's ridiculous. He did actually pass for over 300 yards though.
He did. Didn't he have multiple turnovers though?
It was ridiculous.
It was bad.
And Barkley just kept scoring
I know he hogged
and
all the
scoring
touchdowns.
and scoring. He's so good.
He's all right.
You know who's looked really good to me is Jaden Daniels thus far.
Yeah. I got to give the executive producer Toby O'Keefe credit. His two huge, like he has on every one of his teams, fantasy is Jalen Daniels and Malik Neighbors.
You know who's looked equally bad is Anthony Richardson.
He had a good first week.
He had a good first week.
one pass. What are you talking about?
He's
he
been
literally
bad.
threw a
He's been
70-yard pass.
bad.
He would have had a terrible first. Not to argue, but he had literally that play saved him.
Yeah.
The first week.
Didn't he have a rushing touchdown too?
Yeah, those two plays saved him. Other than that, he's looked bad.
He's
period.
he's looked really bad.
I unfortunately own him on two main event teams. And not my favorite.
You know who else has looked really bad, just from a quarterbacking standpoint, is Deshaun Watson. But he's
Oh, yeah.
getting so many passing attempts that his numbers are
He
kind of
gets
up.
there.
Yeah, he gets there.
He's somebody I can obviously say I've never played in fantasy, and I don't see the day that I will.
I don't think I've ever pressed that button.
Yeah.
Well, let's guess the chalk at running back.
Okay.
Go and you go first, so you can re-engage the show. You texting fans already?
No, I'm actually posting this on
You're not allowed to do
The
Tinder
DFF
swipes and DFS at the same
Twitter
time.
account.
I'll swipe
Boom.
left on that one.
And he's like, okay.
Sorry,
new-
what was the
got a couple
question?
new followers here.
I've just put us up there.
Who do you think the most
I had to
owned?
update it to say week 4 picks.
Who do you think the public,
That's
the
what I did,
people,
right? I
are
pressed the floor
playing
button.
at running back this week?
The people, who are they playing at running back this week?
The people.
The people. Well, I think that Aaron Jones represents a pretty interesting start this week.
I like Aaron Jones as a start. I
Okay.
just told you how
Where's,
much I love that game.
Where is he at?
He's number 8.
That's a good.
Not-
Hey,
not-
top
not
10.
a bad-
I'm gonna-
bad,
hey, top 10 gets claps.
And I'll give you my
Class.
my sneaky sleeper start this week.
Okay, give it to us.
It might be better designed potentially as a flex, depending on where you are with your money or your spending. But
In DFS, that doesn't really matter.
I like Roshan Johnson
Okay, for the Bears.
with the Bears.
I'm reminding people where he
$4,100.
plays because a lot of people
Yeah.
listening to this are probably like,
He's
"Why
playing
the hell
at
did
home
he just-"
against the Rams, 24th ranked rushing defense.
He is projected to be 0.34% owned. So he's a dart throw.
That is a
That's
dart.
not a bad dart.
Under 5K running back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since we went ahead and went there right now, give us a little water in that bucket. What is it about Mr. Roshan Johnson that has you I mean, I watched the Chicago Bears offense, and I don't think I'm going to try to start their third string running backs. So what makes you think that people should?
Well, that's a very fair point. And people that don't know Chicago's backfield, I can understand. What are you doing? Swift is the guy.
And
DeAndre
Herbert.
Swift has just been
Terrible.
terrible. I mean,
Yeah.
worse than awful.
I
mean,
agree.
And last week was a real interesting, coach's decision by sitting Travis Homer and not just elevating Roshan to the active roster, but actually giving him predominantly the most carries.
Did you know he came to Texas
Yeah,
as a
he went
dual
to
threat
Texas.
quarterback?
Roshan?
Yep. Look it up. Look it up.
Really?
Yeah.
I know he was at one of their top running back
And then their
recruits, but I
running
didn't know
back
that he was a
court
quarterback.
room got devastated, and they moved him to running back, and he crushed.
I did not know that.
So
Yeah.
he's a good back. I think
He's the best complete back in Chicago.
I like it. Okay. So what was the top 5 running back chalk?
So we don't want to guess anymore
I
I'll
do.
guess. I'll get. No,
Yeah.
Jared wants to guess. So we got 8. It's closest to the hole.
so far.
Okay.
Yes.
Jared, slide it in, baby.
What about Steele from Kansas City?
Not a horrible guess, but I would say probably 20th on this list.
No, God! That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's not good. No! Or what's your guess?
Oh, you want my guess?
Yeah.
You don't think I can beat 20th? That's you're like,
Let's
oh,
find
man.
out.
Oh, if you can't get
I think you throw a dart on a dartboard,
Well, sure
you
can.
probably get better than 20.
I'm going to go
Juice.
with the guy that I'm going to put in the lock and load section, I think, this week, and that's Kyron Williams.
Okay.
Did I-
4th.
Fourth?
Boom.
Boom. Oh, we want boom? Okay. I'll see how I stopped it?
His
Yeah,
production
that's
has
good.
been through the roof so far.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that's cool. It's a cool feature. So if I hit it and I stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
You want the top 5 then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
So
was
number
4th,
one.
8th, 20th.
Number 1 was
No, 20th here.
Oh, sorry, Mike. I tried.
That's all right.
Number 1 was number 1 last week too, and disappointed. Jordan Mason.
Okay. What did he end up with? Under 10?
I think like 9 or something.
Yeah, he had to be. Of course, I.
It was the Jennings show, right?
Yeah.
And then Chuba Hubbard is number 2.
I mean, it's hard not to play Chuba after last week.
Brees Hall is number 3.
Did you say Bruce?
Brees.
Okay.
Brees. Kyrie Williams number 4, and Bijan rounds out the top 5.
Some good backs right there in that
Yeah.
top 5.
Yeah.
Do you think Chuba's going to lose his job whenever Brooks shows up?
Yes.
My fantasy teams hope so.
Mm,
They
okay.
do. They do. Toby, I hope you're thinking about what the name of your spot is at the end of the show. I hope you haven't left us. We haven't heard from you in a while. Check in. Check in. Also, any listeners that with questions, please hit us up. And if you haven't liked and subscribed while we're talking about things,
Hey, Jared,
please
we
like
need to update the fantasy 4-ball to football.
I don't know why it keeps doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Maybe because you can't spell football.
Yeah, I thought it was called 4-ball all this time.
Wide receivers. Guess the chalk. We usually go top 10 here. So, Jared, lead us off.
Top wide receiver. Well, judging from people, I would guess that people like to go with what was hot, and they'd go with Juwan Jennings.
No.
No, there's no chance that's in the top
No! God!
I would argue that Ayuk is going to be sky high this week.
How expensive is he?
I don't know. Oh, he is 64.
Not too expensive.
10. Well, you two figure that out. I'm going to go with.
So he's number 5. Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Look, Mike, good job.
Want me to slip
That's
that
gonna be
in
hard to
there.
beat. I've got what I think is a good guess because I think this guy is a lock and load this week. He may become every week Rashee Rice.
Numero uno.
Boom. That's how it's done.
Sure.
Whoa. See, that was a little.
Wow.
short.
That was like
That's a little.
that was like a
short.
poop.
I might have hit it a little too
Yeah.
fast there. I don't know.
That was a shart.
Sounded
was-
like a fart someone was trying to hide.
Toby says shush on
Shush.
Roshan, hoping to pick him up where he is available.
Okay. Okay. I like it. He's seeing the same thing.
Can I give you all a hint?
That was a good guess, by
Yeah.
the way. I don't make good guesses on that one. That one was a well thought.
He's been the
He's a
focal
t-
point of
he's
the,
a target monster.
He's been Travis Kelce in the offense.
He
so
is
far
a
this year.
target
Yeah.
monster.
Really quick, guys, just to chime in, we've got 5 active viewers chiming in tonight. Love having you guys here. Please like and subscribe. If you've got questions, we are live. Fire them away in the queue, and we'll get to them as we go along.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, we like questions. I used
Yeah,
to hate
and
questions.
we do realize it's week 4. I don't know why it says week 2, but I'll fix it later.
Yeah, we got things to fix. Okay. So wide receiver, we nailed it.
Well, there's still more.
Let's hear the rest of the 10.
So number 2 is Devonta Smith.
I played him last week too.
Who's going to be out for the next rest of the season?
Who?
Devonta Smith.
After this week?
Did you not see what happened to him last week?
No. Is he hurt?
It's a concussion, right?
He got absolutely obliterated.
Then why is he
Like, it was
number
dangerous.
2 on the most played?
They've still got all the same players in there. They've got it's.
Is Devontae Smith playing this week or not?
He's going through concussion
There's
protocol.
no way that after that hit. Did you guys see that hit?
I
did
saw
not
it,
see
yeah.
to be
That
honest.
was terrifying.
Slim Reaper took it, huh?
And even if he is playing, I ain't starting him.
Okay.
Deontay Johnson, number 3.
That's a
kind of
good one.
darling last week.
Yeah.
Chris Olave, number 4. Believe we talked about Chris Olave on
He
the
did.
show.
He had a good game. He was good value last week.
Marvin Harrison, 6. Jamar Chase with the resurgent game.
Boom, we got some chat going.
Here's a big swing and a miss was Rashid Shaheed. I lived and
Yeah.
died on that mound.
Yeah.
Let's
were
see,
all
what do
kind
we
of
got
on him.
here? Hey guys, thanks for the hey Ben Winkler. That's one of my staff, one of our DFF staff members.
Oh, nice, Ben. Thanks for the.
Say something about Rashid. Well, we just did, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like him. They like him.
And so does everybody else. He's ranked number 1.
He's ranked number 1 in
He is the
DK this
chalk.
week.
He is the chalk.
What else we got there,
We've
Mike?
got Bob Dude.
Can you see it in yours?
Hello, Bob. He says, Bob is saying, I need help. I'm in a 1-2 quarterback. Mahomes, running back. I can't really make that out. Something. Running back 2 is Montgomery. He has got ASRB, Godwin, Travis Kelce, Flag, Samari, Cooper, bench. Irving. Ooh, look, you got a nice bench, man, between Braylon and Bucky and
Okay, so
Q.
you're gonna have to read it, the whole thing.
Swift,
in a
Shaheed.
fashion that
What
we
should
can-
I do?
Let's see if I
So
can-
you need help with what? Starting? I really need a running back. Oh, you're looking for trade advice.
So Mike will be answering this one for
Who
you.
should I trade for? Okay, great question. We'll do a little segue here, and I'll answer this question real fast.
Or you could tell us what the question is.
The question is, he needs to do a running back upgrade.
Okay.
His running back bench is pretty putrid. He's got David Montgomery, Braylon Allen, Bucky Irving,
Yeah, that's
notables, right? So I'm assuming,
See, I kinda
Mr.
disagree.
Bob, this is a redraft, right? Not
definitely
a
a
dynasty.
And hopefully it's 12 to 14 man league.
It's a 1-2 quarterback, or I'm 1
Superflex.
and 2 quarterbacks. Superflex. So, in order to trade, the first thing I would do if you're competing and you want to
Who
try
should
still
trade
try to
for?
win is look
Okay,
for
we don't-
who's 0-2, 1-1.
This is the first trade question. I don't know that we've had a.
I really
just
wouldn't
straight up
focus
who
too
do we
much
trade.
on the guys that are 2-0 because they're just going to want to.
So
bend you
who's a
over.
down? So let's ask it this way, Mike. Who's a low valued player right now that if someone needed a receiver that you might go pick on?
He wants a running back.
Oh, he wants a running back. Okay,
Yeah.
well then answer the question as a running back. Who's
Yeah, no,
who's a
right
low
now-
who's a good buy candidate right
Sure,
now?
a great running back buy candidate. I mean, you've already got probably one of the top ones on your board, which is Bucky Irving.
Yeah, I was going to say, I like Bucky.
Do we like
Bucky is
Irving over?
huge. I mean, I love that from a production perspective, even starting this week. But I'm telling you, man, you could probably get Roshan for close to nothing,
Okay.
and he's a guy that I would certainly
Is that-
target.
Is Roshan Johnson kind of guy that's going to win you a fantasy championship at the end of the year? You think?
Well, he's not.
I think he's
I
looking
don't know
for
that
like
he
a
can.
big dog.
I don't know that he can afford. With what he's got there, he's going to have to give up ARSB to get.
Roshan Johnson, he might be able to just pick up off the waiver, right?
It really just, yeah. I mean, it just depends. He goes, I traded. Oh wait, that's not him. So next question was.
Well, so to wrap up his question, you like Roshan Johnson maybe off the
Roshan.
waiver wire or as a small value trade type thing where you don't have to give up a lot to get him, right?
You've got Bucky, you've got Braylon, who's actually startable in a flex. And if you pick up Roshan to protect your Swift investment, or unless you can just try to dump Swift to some partner Swift and Shaheed, maybe. I don't know. You're going to get a whole heck of a lot for that. Q is got some pretty intriguing value right now. Maybe you could partner Quentin and Swift.
Juice or Jared, who's the running back that you guys think that might be undervalued at this point right now?
I'm confused by what he's
He wants to trade for a running back.
So he's willing to trade any of the people that he's listed
sounds
here.
like he's giving us
Okay,
kind
well,
of-
I mean, you could get
Well-
basically anybody you wanted for St. Brown if you need a running back.
Yeah,
Or
I
would
don't
you
think
trade
that's what
St.
he's
Brown?
trying to
Yeah,
do.
I mean, that would-
I mean, he's
giving
got
us his
he
roster.
looks pretty stacked at wide receiver, and
St. Brown would have to bring back somebody big though.
In a redraft, you're not getting that kind of trade.
I'd try and deal Kelsey and one of those running backs and get like maybe another running back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's trading for Kelsey right
Okay,
now.
Mike, read us the next question.
Okay, so
Here,
next question.
I got it right here. It's Dynasty half
There
PPR
we go.
full for TEs.
Thank you. That's
12
hard to
team
read.
start, 10 lineup is Allen, Burrow, Kyron, Brian Robinson, Lamb, Sun God, Fergie, Puka, DK Metcalf, Higgins, and Aubrey.
like a
He's
three-man
just
league.
asking
He's got
what he should do. I traded my first and second in 2.5. Is there any moves you think I should try to make? His team seems pretty stacked to
Yeah,
me.
seems
Yeah.
good to me.
So my first question is, are you competing for a championship this year?
Is it a dynasty? We got the
It's a
dynasty,
dynasty.
experts about to jump in. Okay, so limit yourself on words here, because I know you're dynasty experts. So if you're going to give him a breakdown,
So that's going to be the first question: is if you're trying to compete this year. If you're trying to compete this year and you don't care about next year because you're really very well rounded. I mean, you've got some great players. Puka's not somebody I would necessarily want to move because they did not put him on the IR. I don't believe officially.
It was like short term.
No, that was
four,
Cup. That was
4
Cup they
weeks.
didn't put on the IR.
Puka and Cup.
yeah, that sucks.
There's been a lot of injuries. Okay.
Sun God,
Let's go.
Fergie,
Let's
Puka.
back towards the show. We got a hard out at 7 here. Pretty.
Higgins would be a guy I'd try to move.
I like Higgins. He looked good on his return.
You could probably get something out of him. Really, your team, man. I mean, it's you did a good job.
I like Reed. I know that he's already had a big blow up game this year, so he might be hard
No
to get off
sense
the
in
lineup.
dumping future capital just to add minimal production
Yeah,
value.
that team is stacked.
Okay,
Yes.
one last question, and then we'll move on there. Aaron Jones is currently the what? What's that say?
Cheapest potential top 5 seasonal running back money can buy. I totally agree, Ben, and that's why I recommended him.
Okay. Well, you got Mike Goins as a seal of
And from
approval.
Toby, Sun God is Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we did receiver, tight end. I do not think you guys will pick.
Okay, we're on tight end.
Gesicki.
Hold on, we got buttons. Tight end. That's who I would probably.
Gesicki's my start.
I'm gonna guess Gesicki. I'm
he's
gonna
like-
join Mike in the Gesicki guess.
He's like 15th.
Boo. Do we have a boo button?
Yeah.
We have a.
Oof.
I forgot about me. God,
Oof.
it took me
15's a a good number. That
We're
was my number
30
in high
minutes
school.
in, and that's the first Ming oof we got.
What
on our
about
show.
Zach Ertz?
Overpriced.
So we just
McBride's not playing. I mean, there's no way McBride's playing this week.
I'm going to go through the top 10 because you guys aren't going
nobody's getting any of this
So
junk.
Tyler Conklin, number 1.
Oh,
Gross.
okay.
Pat
Totals.
Fryermuth, number 2.
Great matchup.
Tucker Kraft, number 3. Dallas Goddard, number 4. Jordan Akins,
I
5th.
might have got Goddard.
Brock
Jordan
Bowers,
Akins is 5th?
Yeah, 6th. And then Tommy Tremble is 7th.
Yeah,
And this is all
junk.
because tight end has played
Sucks.
so terrible this
Well,
year.
So
you might as
bad.
well pay. You might as well pay nothing if you're going to get nothing,
Yeah.
right?
So I've queued up Gesicki for my start.
I like
this week.
Gesicki. I think Gesicki was in the lineup. I
Great
built, too.
matchup. 30th ranked pass defense at home or on the road at Carolina. So he better get his points early because they're
Plus, you
going to.
got the Chuba Hubbard run back if you want.
And again, didn't we talk about that being one of the more high-scoring games, Cincinnati and Carolina potentially?
We talked about Seattle and
Detroit.
Detroit, yeah.
and then Washington, Arizona.
I'll tell you who I like in that game at tight end is Tommy Tremble.
So
Maybe.
he had a
2,700.
touchdown last week, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's so gross. Like,
Just gross.
it's kind of like whoever you want to play, just play. It's
And-
terrible.
Kelsey joined in on the gross squad for tight ends.
Yes.
I tell you, if Firecrotch can stay fire,
Kincaid, yeah, he looked good.
Yeah.
Oh, Goddard was fire last week.
well, if Firecrotch can stay fire, then that game is going to be a good one in Carolina this weekend.
Yeah,
I think it's
Yeah.
going to be a good one.
Yeah,
think
I
they're-
agree.
They're moving the ball. And plus, Hubbard can run on Cincinnati for sure.
I mean, Eric Saubert out of San Francisco was like a cash play last week.
Who's that?
Tight
Tight
end
end
for San
Cincinnati
Francisco.
or San Francisco used to
Yeah.
be Cincinnati.
Was
Just
he
because
like-
he replaced Kittle.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did he do anything?
6 points, which
Mm.
you'll take it at this point.
Let's switch on over to. At this point, this is where
Well, we
we
got D.
we what?
D.
Oh, we didn't
let me
do
just
D,
go.
yeah.
Let me go through the top 5 Ds.
Yeah.
Since we're short on time, New England is number 1.
Wait, let me
With a
guess once.
bullet.
Let me guess once.
Wow, that's
You
incredible.
want, Jared
New
just
England
has
is
to
number
guess.
1. All right, well.
Yeah.
Denver's number 2.
Oh, well.
Carolina 3. Washington 4. And Jacksonville 5.
I've got 49ers plugged in for me
You like them?
at home against New England.
Now, let's talk about.
Seems pretty safe.
This is the portion of the show where we discuss our favorite plays, people that we think have to be inserted in the lineup. We play in Rays League. Rays League is a Sunday, Monday lineup, not a main slate. So if we're talking about Sunday night games and Monday night games, it's because we are playing in that slate. We enter a lineup. It's Jared's lineup. Julio and I enter separate lineups. Jared takes a lot of liberties with our lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
we
the understatement of the year.
and we are all
What? I just played players we talked about playing.
currently doing terrible. But you should listen to us because we're due.
Yeah.
And we have good results in the past.
We have had in the past.
Yes, we've finished in the top 3 multiple times. Okay, so
We've won multiple
I'll
times.
go in this. I'll give you the. You seem eager to talk about your favorite plays. Do you have a guy that just you think has to be in a winning
You
line?
have access to every game, just FYI.
Well, I just picked Monday through Sunday.
Okay,
That's good.
So, one guy I'm really high on this week. You know, he's a high ticket fella, but quarterback. I think Stroud has a
You like Stroud? Okay.
big bounce back.
I've
week.
heard good things about
And at
Stroud.
7,000, it's not terrible. He's up against the worst pass defense, one of the worst pass defense this week.
So to push back just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
just under Stroud is Kyler Murray at 6,800.
Sure,
Kyler offers a rushing element.
sure.
Stroud doesn't. Do you think? But you like Stroud enough?
I
I'm just
still-
trying to get your
I
conviction
think
on
this
this.
is going to be a statement game for Stroud. I mean,
He does need a big one.
well, 2 weeks ago he got kind of lambasted for trying to coach up, Caleb after the game. This week, the memes are him getting coached up by, so by. I'm blanking. Darnold, excuse me.
There's 4 really good plays just priced just under Stroud. That would be my only.
Go ahead. What are they? What you got?
We got Daniels at 6,500.
Okay.
Burrow at 6,600.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Golf at 6,700.
Mm-hmm.
Murray at 6,800. Anyway, just a good group right there. Just to say, if you need a,
I like that Daniels play, but that's an emotional play. I saw what Terry McLaurin was saying to Jaden on the sidelines after they had that touchdown. He's jacked up. He's pumped up. That's a lot of pressure on a young quarterback. Not that he didn't have
He's
the ability
going
to
on
do
the
it,
road.
but if
That's
I was
right.
going to have a play off that duo, the continuation would be Terry. I'd play Terry this week.
Juice, what about you? You got a lock and load this week? You think there's somebody that has to be in the lineup?
One thing on Jaden Daniels, I'll push back a little bit to Mike, is that I'm going to give you 3 numbers: 16, 10, and 12.
I know what the 10 is.
Okay, what do you think that is?
He averaged 10 yards per play in college.
Okay,
Boom. Did I get it?
no.
10 rushes.
I would have.
16, 10, and 12 rush attempts in the first 3
Wow.
weeks.
What is his yardage?
You would almost take that from a starting running back the way the season is going.
How does that compare to Kyler?
Kyler, let's see here. He had on rushing attempts 5, 5, and 5.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
almost
double.
almost triple in some instances. So here's the thing. I don't think that he's busted really one yet.
No.
I think he might be due for like a long.
And the great thing about Jaden
Run.
Daniels is you can play him by himself if you
You
want.
could. You
You
could.
don't have to play McLaren, which I like McLaren though, so I don't have an issue with playing McLaren.
Yeah. I'm also a big fan of like when teams backs up are against the wall a little bit. I think the Ravens. This is a.
I really
almost-
wish Eckler hadn't got hurt back to the Redskins. Or
Yeah.
Redskins, sorry.
Yeah,
Commanders.
that's a rough.
Yeah, we might want to. Can we edit that part out? Just scrub me saying Redskins.
It's already on the internet.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Washington.
If
football
Eckler
team?
wasn't hurt, I really feel like their offense was flowing. Eckler, I think, is kind of a big hurt
Yeah.
for them, so it might slow them down a little bit too. I think so.
Does that make it?
But Matt, what I was going to say is I'm a big fan of the fact that Ravens' backs are against the wall. They're 1-2. They're playing against the Bills, who are 3-0. This is a statement game for them. Lamar Jackson's a former NFL MVP. I mean, this could be a big week for him. So,
think
46
Lamar-
and a half total as well.
Lamar's been on the brink of a blow up.
Yes.
Like he's had some big game, but I mean he has been on the brink of a blow up game.
So just
I mean, if Likely's touchdown touches in, he's on the brink. I think so. So you're talking Lamar Jackson as a potential lock and load this week.
potentially, yeah.
So we got some quarterbacks. It looks like Jared.
Would you be interested in someone that scored 27.6 fantasy points that only cost you $5,300?
I love these questions. Sure.
Why
I
not?
don't think so.
Are we doing a 30 for 30 on who Jared wants to play?
No,
at
no.
quarterback?
This is someone I might play, but it's Andy Dalton against the Bengals.
You're
the
gonna,
Bengals defense is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're bad.
and it's good value. I mean, I can't. I like it. I like Hubbard as a play though too, and I'm not going to play them together. That's the problem.
Well,
So,
if you're going to play Hubbard, it better be soon because once Jonathan Brooks gets back on the field,
You'll
Are we
still
so
never see him
certain?
again.
it's curtains.
that would be great for my fantasy world, but I'm not so certain of that. Hubbard is playing as a very good back right now. And I mean, we'll see.
I don't know. The Capitals there, man.
I hope so. I think Brooks was great. Brooks reminds me of Willis McGahee, meaning he was that talented when he got hurt.
That's an interesting comp. I've not heard that one.
I think
before.
that I think he could come back and be like a 1,500 yard rusher right away. He's really good. He was really good in high school. He was really good at Texas.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah.
So if he's healthy, it's going to be scary how good he could be. So I hope so. But I also like Hubbard as a back. Okay, Jared, are we to you now on your 7 insertions in the lineup that you want to demand we get in?
Yes. I think right now I'm leaning towards Geno Smith against.
Wow, we
Detroit.
have a quarterback war brewing here. We have
Yeah.
three lock and loads from 3 different people, and they're all quarterbacks. You
Yeah.
know, guys, we can only start one.
We can only start.
What do we say about quarterback? Play whoever
quarterback
you want.
or
Play
play.
who- so
Juice,
do we play-
You're the tiebreaker.
So do we play whoever he wants? Well, technically, I'd be the tiebreaker because Juice put up Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
You put
Oh,
up
okay.
Stroud. He put up.
Geno Smith?
I thought
But
you
I'd
put
also
up
play Andy
Kyler.
Dalton. I mean, I play.
I was comparing
Oh,
Kyler
gotcha,
to
gotcha.
your. I like your play, but Kyler is a comparison. I personally like Daniels. I would probably
love
play
it.
Daniels.
I like it too.
Ride the wave.
Let's go.
So
Why don't we start listing quarterbacks we don't like?
Yeah, there's a group right here that's just hard because even Baker playing Philly, right? Philly's defense sucks.
Yeah, that looks intriguing.
I mean
too.
he easily could be 4 quarterback Baker this week,
What
right?
is he at?
He's right under Daniels. They're all the pricing's crazy. 6,400 Mayfield, 6,500 Daniels, 6,600 Burrows, 67 Goff, 6,800 Murray. So the one you liked it just happens to be the most expensive.
But what percentage of ownership is Stroud?
That's the question.
They're all about the same.
They're going to be
they're
all like
single
5%,
digits.
4%.
Yeah. We always
6%.
say with quarterback, play whoever you like.
Yeah.
I mean, it really doesn't. It's the one position that doesn't really matter
Affect
that
the rest of the
Okay, so we
Right.
have 4 opinions. And we got one lineup. I'm good with you. You went Dalton.
I haven't gone with anything yet, but I would if we wanted to spend up somewhere else.
I'm fine with. We want to build this lineup with Dalton. Do we put Dalton in to start and go from there? Juice, that's your question.
Dalton. So we're going Dalton over Daniels now.
I'm saying we can we could start there to see if we want
Daniels
to
was
spend
my
up.
suggestion. This is his lineup, so if he wants to go,
I'll go with Daniels, but I mean, like it seems like
I like the savings on
the
Dan.
floor could be.
Let's build the lineup with Dalton because I want to see what we build. Are we pairing him with any receiver?
I would.
Gesicki. Or not Dalton. What am I saying?
Johnson,
Yeah, DJ.
Deontay Johnson.
Got to be DJ.
This is why I like Hubbard, and because I don't like any of the receivers.
Well, Johnson had 12 targets last week,
Okay, well, I
or
like
14 targets. Sorry.
Thielen's going to be out. All that's
Yeah.
there is Mingo and Leggett.
that is true.
Yep.
Can I make a suggestion with this lineup?
Sure.
If we're gonna go Dalton, let's go all in. Let's do the double stack with Tremble at tight end.
I mean, it's cheap. And if we're going to run it back, I think we have to run it back with Mike's guy, don't we? You want to go double tight end this week?
Well, let's see where we're at. I mean,
Okay.
we got a lot.
We saved a bunch of money. We've got 3 spots up, and now we have the average salary of $6,000.
Just to let you know, Mike, if I was building this lineup, I'd probably run it back with Gesicki. So,
Sure.
but I like.
I would run it back with a guy that just totally went off last week and seems back.
Jamar
That's
Chase.
Jamar Chase.
Oh, I like it. Let's get Chase.
He's
in our
only
lineup. We've had
7,700.
good luck with Chase in our lineup. That he's the one that we can say we've had good luck with some St. Brown games.
Yeah.
I think Chase is one we've always picked well with.
I think Aaron Jones and Ayuk are 2 must plays at 6,400 apiece.
Do we want to pick our defense to see how much money we have
Yeah,
left?
let's pick our D.
49ers, man, at home against the Patriots.
I think the only problem with 49ers is they're $3,800 and the most expensive on the whole slate. We generally try to find some value in defense. So I agree with 49, but that would be almost double with some of these defenses cost.
I would like to play the Houston Texans against a reeling Jacksonville Jaguars team.
That
I
makes
don't mind the
sense.
Titans playing a reeling
The Titans and the
Dolphin.
Miami. Well, now
Miami
Tyler
Dolphins.
Huntley though.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not bad.
Holling's not a different
Yeah.
quarterback. He's not going to turn the ball over.
Right.
Yeah.
So who'd you say? You said Houston playing,
At
Jacksonville.
home against Jacksonville.
and Mike liked it. Sounded like.
What about the Rams at Chicago?
That's who I played in my lineup. I just think
That's a sneaky.
Caleb is just capable of.
Caleb is playing college ball right now.
So who do you like, Jared?
I mean, at first glance, I actually really like the Broncos against the Jets. They are the top 5 or in the top 5 highest scoring defenses in fantasy right now.
I did
No
not know
kidding.
that. I know they have good corners. I'll put the Broncos in there.
I don't have to. I'm
objection?
just saying they're really, really cheap, and they've been producing.
Leaves us 65-50. Is that what you got, Julio?
Who do we pick a defense? The
We're going to go with the
Broncos?
Broncos. I could care less about the defense this week. I have no.
I don't have conviction on that either.
I think the 49ers are good, but they're just really expensive.
All right, let's go Broncos then. It's only 2,500.
Okay, that leaves us 6,500. It's a lot. Now we started talking about running back, and I heard Mike give a couple good suggestions. I heard Achan and Aaron Jones suggested.
Ayuk, which was a receiver, obviously,
Ayuk.
but Aaron Jones at running back.
You like those guys?
I like Aaron Jones. I do like him this week.
He's been hyper efficient so far this year.
And he's going to get 100% of the red zone touches.
And it's a revenge game against the Packers in
I like-
Lambeau.
We
let's-
love
I love playing
narratives.
Let's
narratives.
put Aaron Jones.
Doing it.
Let's put Aaron Jones in. That's just too much to say no to. Is there a receiver or anybody at Green Bay that we're wanting? I think that's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to guess it goes over
It's
60.
hard for me to play Green Bay wide receivers because
You
Not
they
ran over
knowing
my
if Love
hot
is
take
back.
that this game's going to go over 60.
60.
Yes.
If Love is back, I'm plugging in Jaden Reed.
I think Reed's a good play.
But
But I don't know that
you
Reed's
just- it's too
100%
risky
healthy right
right
now. I don't. Love's not 100%. I don't know that Reed's 100%. Right? Juice, my injury
He's
guy.
not. They're both a little bit banged up.
Who's your running back? You agreed with Aaron Jones, right? Juice.
I do.
So we have him in. That leaves us
Yep.
6,600. We're only making money here. It looks like.
I don't want to play this guy, but I have a hot take. I think Chase Brown gets a touchdown this week.
Interesting.
He rides waves, doesn't he?
Chase Brown hasn't done anything.
You've been talking. I know, but we've been talking about him for like 2 seasons now.
I talked about him
you
last
got-
season
don't
when I brought up his name.
You played
he
him.
did
He
score a
scored like
touchdown.
30 points or like 20 points, and
He's having that week this week.
okay.
But I'm not. I don't want to play him though. It's too much from the game.
Well, thank you for bringing up
But
Chase
just-
Brown. And look,
Whenever he scores a touchdown, think of me.
Give you the credit. Oof. Got it.
Oof is right.
okay, so now to guys we actually want to play in the lineup. Do you have one of those?
Yeah, I got lots of those.
I love Kyron Williams. We mentioned that.
Sure.
We have the money to play up at running back. Juice, we haven't heard much from you on this lineup. I want to hear some Juice.
What's your thoughts?
I kind of want to go a little cheap at receiver. I feel like maybe this Cincinnati-Carolina game is just going to be quietly a shootout.
Mike and Juice on the same page. Okay, that means that's synergy.
I said it
means
first, so he's copying me. That's
Yeah.
all I can say about that.
Okay. I mean, can I
ride the
interest you
coattails.
all in
Give me the 30 for 30 talk. I love it.
Andre Yoshevus at
Would you be
4,100?
interested if I told you?
7 targets last week.
Who is it?
Andre Yoshevus.
I like it. It's a good run back.
Not
right?
if you're playing Chase already.
Oh, we are.
Why? I mean,
I
why can't this game just go off? Do we need much from Yoshevus at 4,100?
But we need. Well, that's not really the ultimate
How do we
point. The
spell
point is, do
Joseph?
we really
I-O.
need Andy Dalton to not be a fluke? That's what we need more than anything. Because Cincinnati is 0-3. Their backs are against the wall.
Right, I agree.
That's why
They're,
we're
they're,
playing.
they're looking. They're in crush mode.
Okay,
and
somebody needs to teach me how to spell this guy's name.
iOS. Just use that.
Yeah, iOS and it'll pop up.
I like the fact that if we go Yoshevus, we have 7,850 remaining at running back and flex.
Why is
Yeah,
this?
and you don't need much from him.
I mean, we can go big on these next 2 picks.
So we get to put probably our favorite plays. So start thinking who's your favorite running back, who's your favorite receiver going. So let's hear it.
You know, I kind of was digging the stack with Stroud and Collins.
So Nico Collins is somebody that you'd want to get in this lineup?
I think Collins would be a strong bet for
You
this
can
week.
play him in the flex if you want.
Why you guys want to try to predict which Houston receiver is going to go off to me is hard for me to understand. Why
Well,
you-
Collins is relatively safe. He's gotten
It's very
he's gotten,
concentrated.
Yeah, 10 targets 2 out of 3 weeks. Each week.
I'm a big Nico Collins fan. I think he's great. I just feel like Diggs steals touchdowns. Dell's going to steal touchdowns. When Mixon's healthy, I think it's even more dangerous. But I'll play Nico if you guys like Nico. How do we want to do this? We want to pick running back first and flex, and then go. With
Yeah, let's pick running back first, and then it leaves our flex, wide open for however much money we have.
If Baltimore has any hope of beating Buffalo, Derrick Henry goes off. I'm not saying they do, but if they do, it's going to be because Derrick Henry has a giant game, right? Or do you like Lamar going off this week?
I think that if Tyler Huntley starts, a chain could be a really interesting pick.
I like A-Chain. I finally played him last week and I got snowflaked. So
I wouldn't mind it with Huntley at quarterback, but without Huntley at quarterback, I don't like it at all.
I agree. Well, of course, 1,000%.
I mean, we saw what happened last week. They
A-Chain
couldn't do
72.
anything.
Kyron, what thoughts on Williams?
I love Williams.
Blake Corum got 0 touches last week.
Kyron is it's a solid play on the road. Pretty porous Chicago
I'm
defensive
afraid
front.
it might be low scoring.
What about Barkley? We can afford him against Tampa Bay.
We could afford Barkley.
I don't know why we wouldn't play Barkley at this point.
That is a phenomenal play.
We have the money. Why wouldn't we play him?
Do it
That leaves us 7,700.
with another running back.
We could play
For a flex, you can play
We could
anything.
even play Barkley and Williams
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can.
as opposed to Collins.
And then we'd have $400 left over.
I like it. We can even move up from your cheap Broncos D if we,
We could.
want.
Yeah, we can.
Minnesota's been hot as a defense, but
Love is back.
Love's back. I'm just.
You're right. You're right. They're the top scoring. in
You
the
got
league right now.
Harrison, 75 at home against Washington in the.
I like Harrison. I think Harrison's going to be one of those that he's going to have great games, and then he's going to, I like Harrison, especially with McBride out. I think Harrison becomes. Even
I mean, and also, here's another thing.
Okay.
If y'all think that Yoshevitz is a thin play, we still have another $400. We could see what we can get.
Okay, so let's go back to
There's a couple players I like in that price range.
Did we go with Harrison or Williams?
right now. We have Williams, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of like the 3 running back build this week, but we can come off Josevich is what he's saying. We've got Tyler Johnson, who kind of disappointed. We got Wicks as a good.
Could be good.
Who, Tyler or Wicks?
Dontavian Wicks.
He's a good run back to Jones, right?
Yeah.
There's also Darnell Mooney. I mean, they're playing the Saints, but he's been pretty consistent.
He has been consistent. And we got Lazard down there,
Yeah.
who has definitely been consistent. Has he scored? Did Lazard scored last week or not?
I think he had a decent game last
He
week.
had 3 targets for 48 yards and a touchdown.
Not bad.
Rodgers made the statement that him and Lazard are on the same page, and that Wilson and him are going to be on the same page soon, and everybody should watch out.
Nice.
So he's predicting big things coming for Garrett Wilson.
Well, if Ben Winkler is still listening to this show, he is a huge Garrett Wilson fan. And
Well, Garrett Rodgers is predicting big things for you. Okay, so
So who are we going with on our last play?
I have not decided. I like Wicks. Wicks makes sense as a lineup. I think that game's going to go off. but
Jared, we're coming up on 1,900 hours.
On
do you-
what?
We got to wrap up the show.
Oh, okay.
I'd say we roll the dice on Wicks.
Okay,
I
I like
do too.
that.
He makes sense in the lineup. If we're doing a well-constructed
And
lineup.
I think this is
Coleman's
predicated on Jordan Love being in the lineup.
Right. If he's not, we can
Pivot.
We can pivot.
yeah, pivot to.
I like the lineup. Just to give a quick review, we went with Red Rocket, who Jared's going to go as Halloween.
We
Yep.
know Ben. We know you love him.
Barkley, Jones, I think great running back play. Chase, who target monster Deion Johnson. Wicks, who we're hoping is a part of a big blow-up. Trimble, who's part of a good stack for us. Williams, who's getting all the offense
Mhm.
right now. And the Broncos D, I like this team a lot. This is not a build I would have expected coming in, and I like
some
when we
meaty
do this.
picks to be sure. Some good payout opportunities depending on which game you choose.
So we got to get out of here. Toby, if you're still with us, why don't you give us the executive producer slate breaker of the week, brought to you by Vast Bank. Who's your favorite play on the whole slate, Toby? No matter the cost, it can be a cheap guy that you think is good value, or an expensive guy who's going to blow up. A cheap guy who's going to blow up would be even better if you have one of those. So.
Yeah.
But Jared, we got to wrap this up. Why don't you tell us who you think your favorite play of the week is? Did we have him in our lineup?
I am after talking and figuring out our team. I think if Jamar Chase is healthy, it's probably going to be him.
It's a good spot, right?
Yeah, I think this game is going to blow up.
Goins.
As long as
While we were live.
Goins, we'll go to you.
Yo,
Who do you like best? You're well researched again this week. Who is
your favorite play.
favorite play? Whether it's a cheap guy, expensive guy, give it to us.
my favorite play this week.
I got to come up with one too, by the way.
I'm going to go Aaron Jones.
Oh man, that's what I was gonna say.
I'm going to go
Aaron
Aaron
Jones.
Jones.
Literally, had just decided I'm going with narrative, the revenge narrative.
Yeah.
He's
He's at a
he
good
scores
price
2
point.
touchdowns, right? Aaron Jones.
I think so.
I think a
he's-
total 100
yeah.
yards, total offense.
I mean, they're
2 touchdowns.
1.5
Let's
scores.
Let's give
Maybe
Minnesota.
1 touchdown on the ground, 1 in the air.
Let's
We'll
give the
see.
Vikings credit for what they've done with their offense.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Toby says neighbors. Yeah.
Ooh, always.
I love it.
Neighbors over
Leggett
Daniels,
is my
huh?
dart
I thought
throw.
it was Daniels.
You know
and
what, Toby? I'm glad you said that because I was thinking Leggett over Deontay Johnson to free up some money.
Okay.
It's probably something I'll be doing in my lineup. But
I like that, Toby.
I do like that.
Yeah, I do
XL
too.
is due.
he looks the part, right?
Yes.
Neighbors
I mean-
is my lock and load. Toby, the
The only problem
executive
is
producer.
he plays on
So Toby
Thursday.
gave us a cheap play with
Malik.
2 rookie receivers, right? We got
Yeah.
the expensive, little more pricey play in Malik Neighbors and Xavier Leggett. I'm shocked that Jaden Daniels didn't come out of his mouth. So
He's my player.
that's your blow up of the week.
I'm predicting 2 rushing touchdowns from Daniels. 1 is going to be pretty significant.
Do you guys want to talk about how hard it is to average 10 yards per play in the SEC? Literally, how hard that would be to do.
Yeah.
That's fucking. I'm sorry, excuse my language. That's
It's a
crazy.
family show. doesn't matter.
It's crazy to think about.
10 Hail Marys for our fathers. For
I'm
that.
sorry. Literally, it's crazy to me to think that every time he touched the ball and snapped it, it was a first down.
Yeah.
Playing SEC
Yeah.
football. It's crazy.
All right, who's yours? I got to go.
Oh shoot! I'm supposed to come up with one too. I'm gonna go with Jake Daniels too. I think he's gonna have a.
I love the salary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that he scores 30. I'm gonna go with 30.
Yeah, he has like 20, I think it was 28 pass attempts on average, and then what Juice brought up, like 12,
If you
10.
can average 10 yards per play in the SEC, you're my guy. I'll go with you.
All right, then.
Well, good show, guys. Any last thoughts? We got any tennis? Got a tennis match tonight, Juice?
Yeah, Tulsa Tennis
Just
Club.
a little friendly.
Yeah, it's just a little, nothing big. It's
Okay.
like a league
Just
match.
prepping for his the Nationals.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
continue to play college football for the PlayStation way too much. I, lost a game last night. Won a game last night. so-
Daniels is in Toby's lineup. Of course he is.
Yep, makes sense.
Thank you. We knew that was coming.
Love it.
Okay. Well, Toby, thank you. Thank you for being part of the show. Thank you for all those people. We had lots of chat this week. This was
Yeah, I love it.
a great chat
Great.
week. Please like and subscribe. If you like what you're listening to, please share with your friends. We have desires to do this for you as much as we can, and let us know. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Wednesday, 6 o'clock.
Wednesday, 6 o'clock Central.
Anybody that is listening and makes it through the show, we really appreciate it. We truly do. Right, guys?
We do.
Absolutely.
We're out of here.
Thank you.
Well done, boys.
I love the computer is MVP, so we agree on that.
Absolutely. It's been flawless.
Yes.
We'll have that.
And it's got a rainbow keyboard.
It's been flawless.
See you next week.